Hey guys, today I thought it might be fun to show you how I screen print my t-shirts. As I mentioned in my video about how I started my t-shirt business, this process is super DIY and I do it all at home on my desk, so yeah, I thought today I'd show you how it's done. When I first decided that I wanted to learn how to screen print, I spent a lot of time googling to try and find a really good tutorial, and I did find one that's worked out pretty great for me, so I've left a link to that in the description box if you really want to follow the process step by step yourself. But today I'm just going to give you an overview and show you how it's done. The first thing you need when you screen print is a blank screen to put your design on. You can buy these from art stores or online, but I found the cheapest way was to make them myself. And when I say I made them myself, I mean actually my dad and Gramps stapled a frame together for me from fencing wood, and then we stretched some mesh organza over them and stapled it down. To get the design on the screen, I use a photosensitive chemical process. It's all detailed in the tutorial that I linked to in the description box, but basically it's a chemical that hardens when light hits it. So what you do is you print your design onto transparent paper, so the design's in black ink, and then you expose it in the sun, meaning that the light hits all around your design, but because of the black ink, it doesn't hit where the design is, so the chemicals don't harden. Once it's all been properly exposed, you wash off the remaining chemicals that were sitting beneath the black ink, and you're left with your design. This means that when you pull the ink through, it's only going to go through the places that are bare and not the places that have been hardened in the sun. It is a pretty tricky process, and it's all about timing, and there's a lot of ways that things can go wrong, but I found that, like with most things, it's something that you get better at the more you do of it. So now that I've explained in a hopefully not too confusing way how you make the screen, I'm going to show you how you use that to print on the t-shirt. So to print the shirt, I use a squeegee, some screen printing ink, some clamps, and of course a t-shirt with some newspaper inside to stop the ink going right through the shirt. Then I put the frame on top and clamp it down so that it's nice and tight and not going to wiggle around at all while I'm printing. Then I spread some ink at the top of the frame, grab my squeegee, and firmly pull the ink across the frame. I do this up and down and from each side just until I can see that everything is covered. Then I take off the clamps, lift the frame, and there's the print. I often like to touch up little bits here and there, though I don't do too much of this because my designs have a fairly grungy look to them anyways. Then I leave the shirt to dry for a while. Usually I leave it overnight, but it doesn't actually take that long. Once it's dry, I iron over the print to set it so that it won't wear off in the wash. And there's the finished t-shirt. I've actually listed this new colourway in my store, so if you like it, check the description box for the link and a discount code. I hope you enjoyed seeing the printing process, and if you've got any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments, and give this video a thumbs up if you want to hear more about my screen printing or any other crafty things that I do. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Bye!